لله على نعمة الإسلام وكفى بها نعمة. الحمد لله على منة الولاية وكفى بها منة. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن سيدنا وعظيمنا وحبيب قلوبنا النبي المؤيد والرسول المسدد والمصطفى الأمجد والمحمود الأحمد حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد. صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين وصحبه المنتجبين ومن سار على هديهم وتمسك بهم إلى قيام يوم الدين. ثم أما بعد. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Again, I would like to offer my heartfelt condolences to Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman, Ajjalallah ta'ala farajahu sharif, and to the Prophet and the remaining household of the Prophet on the martyrdom of Al-Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullah wa salamuhu alayhi. And a similar heartfelt condolences is also extended to all of you gathered here this evening. We are taking a little bit of a change of way of looking at things tonight, because we've been speaking about a particular sermon by Imam Ali that has appeared in a number of Islamic books, such as, for example, the prime one is Nahjul Balagha and others. This sermon speaks about the importance of having God consciousness or God righteousness. And this particular sermon is called Khutbatul Muttaqeen. We've spent quite a number of days on this particular khutbah, but today I would like to forgive me and take your permission to speak about the importance of the night of Laylatul Qadr, since we have 2 more nights to basically observe, and this is the 21st and the 23rd of Laylatul Qadr. And I think right from the start, the first question that comes to mind: how can it be possible for one night to be worth exactly 30,000 nights? 30,000 nights. One night is equivalent to 30,000 nights. Why? Because inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. We brought the Quran down in the night of decree, Laylatul Qadr. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. It's like the Prophet ﷺ is being told to tell his community, what little knowledge do you people have about Laylatul Qadr? You don't know the value and the greatness of Laylatul Qadr. Here comes the answer. Laylatul Qadr خير من الألف شهر بها كم ليلة؟ 30,000 ليلة. Okay? طيب 30,000 ليلة كم سنة؟ لا 84 سنة و4 أشهر، أو 83 سنة و4 أشهر. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, and there are those as well, let me be fair to this argument and to this side of the argument. There are those who will argue by virtue of the number 1,000 that the Arabs during that time did not know a number greater than 1,000, which is true. Okay, so the Arabs, they did not know a number greater than 1,000. So if they wanted to ask for something and that something was big, they would say, give me 1,000. All right? Maybe there is 10,000. They don't know. All right? So the biggest number or the highest number was 1,000. So, but can we say, when we talk about a number in the Quran, are we talking about this number solely and strictly from the perspective of the people themselves? Or is it from the perspective of the Creator subhanahu wa ta'ala? Yani, if the Arabs didn't know a number greater than 1,000, but did Allah know or not?
Of course not.
Yes, of course He did, right? So Allah knows. So if Allah says 1,000 night, it is possible that what He means is a specific number of years. And it's not just metaphoric. It's not just metaphoric. Yani metaphoric is the taqreeb. Just to use a number for approximation, so that a person may understand what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about. In reality, and fortunately enough, in order to answer this dispute, in order to come out of this dispute, which is, can it be possible that one night is equivalent to to 30,000 nights. I.e., did Muslims before us think like us? Right? Did they ever inquire from the Prophet ﷺ or the Imams in regard to this number? In fact, yes, they did. And they've asked the Prophet ﷺ, and they asked the Imams in regard to this issue, and answers were forthcoming. For example, one of the interpreters of the Quran is known by the name of Jawad Malik al-Tabrizi, or Maliki Tabrizi. He's a marja. He's a very great scholar in Islam. He wrote a book about spirituality, and he spoke about Laylatul Qadr. In that book, he says the following. He said, the most important thing of this month is the night of power. يعني أهم شيء في شهر رمضان هو شنو؟ هو ليلة القدر. وبصراحة حقيقة هاي التهيئة من أول رمضان إلى 19 رمضان و21 رمضان و23 رمضان، وحتى لو اعتبرنا أن الحديث الصحيح عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قد يشمل ليالي أخرى، مثل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال التمسوها بالعشر الأواخر من رمضان, seek the night of power towards the last 10 days of Ramadan. So that means it could be the 25th, it could be the 27th and the 29th. So all this preparation from day 1 to day 19, it is as if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, yes, there is a great value in the month of Ramadan, but all this preparation is just for one night. All that you are doing is that you can be ready to spend that night in absolute sincerity and worship, so you can earn the reward of what? Of 83 years in worship. And that is something phenomenal about who? About the legislator, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يعني المشرع لما يشرع موضوع بهذا الأهمية وبهذا الكرم، يعني النبي لما الله سبحانه وتعالى مثلا يقول ان انا اذا انت ممكن تعبدني او تطيعني في هذه الليله كما احب وكما اريد، فانا اعوضك عن هذه الليله عباده 83 سنه و4 اشهر. كم كريم هذا الرب، كم كريم هذا الاله، كم كريم هذا الذي نعبده سبحانه وتعالى ان يهيئ لنا الفرصه لاكتساب مثل هذا الأجر. How great is God if we look at the interpretation of Laylatul Qadr being equivalent to 83 years and 4 months of worship. We can really relate to God in a better perspective. Because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, I'm going to give you the opportunity of, if you dedicate yourself to me one night in that month, one night in the Eid, you know what? Not even one night in the Eid, one night in your lifetime, right? If you were able in your lifetime, which is the average life of what? 70 to 80, right? Our average lifespan, maybe today with modern technologies or du'as or I don't know what, or apps or what have you, maybe we can extend our lifespan with the knowledge of Allah, of course, to maybe 90, 100, but it's odd. It's not the norm. The norm is that you live between 70 and 80. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, take that opportunity, try to worship me the way I want you to do in one night, and I will give you the reward of 83 years and 4 months. Why? The reason being is that there are certain stations in heaven that not every one of us can reach that station. There are certain positions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants His servant to attain, wants His servant to get to. And sometimes due to our shortage of action, due to our commitment to different lifestyles, for example, a pilot who spends more time flying than on earth, and may not be able to do enough acts of worship to make him reach that position, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants him an opportunity. Right? A worker who works 2 shifts in order to make ends meet, in order that he can make his family live comfortably, make his family live in a place where they don't have to extend their hands for handouts, and he goes and works double shifts, but he keeps his minimum acts of worship in place, and then he is given that opportunity of praying on the night of power, and he is able to score what Allah wants for him or her in the night of power. then he has reached that stage by virtue of the mercy of Allah through one night in his lifetime. So that God is the God we want to relate to. We don't want to relate to a God that we often portray to our children and teenagers as someone who is just waiting for you to do one mistake and then mate, you're finished. Right? That is not the God of Islam. هذا مو الله. مو الله اللي ينتظر العبد يخطئ خطيئة واحدة وبعدين خلاص إعدام. That's it, you've done it, you've finished, I got you, hellfire, you're gonna be barbecued. والله الله مو فاتح مطبخ. الله سبحانه وتعالى ما عنده شيء اسمه تنور. He just wants to barbecue people in it. On the contrary. In fact, Allah gives opportunities to human beings. So many opportunities, like for example, one of these opportunities is simple, but it's up to us according to our own free will to follow the opportunity or to reject the opportunity, right or wrong. في حديث صحيح عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم، صحيح حديث بسيط التطبيق جدا ومتاح وفي متناول الجميع. It is available to everyone. شنو الحديث؟ لو اجتمع الناس على حب علي لما خلق الله النار. لأنه الاجتماع على حب علي، الاجتماع على حب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إلى أين يؤدي؟ إلى الحق، والحق إلى أين يؤدي؟ إلى الجنة. بعد ما في داعي للنار. مو يعني شغلة عقلية، مو يعني I've created a genius and calculation. No, it's very logical to infer and يستنتج من هذا الحديث حقيقة واقعية في عالم الإنسان. إذا اجتمعت الناس على الخير بعد الشر مو معروف، صح؟ ولكن الله سبحانه وتعالى يهيئ هذه الظروف. Allah provides these opportunities for the community and leaves it up to the community to take it on board or not. So this alim says about Laylatul Qadr, the most important thing of this month is the night of power. The night which is superior than 1,000 months, 1,000 months of jihad, 1,000 months of rain. Rain يعني حكم، مو rain يعني شتاء. Rain as in R-E-I-G-N يعني سدة الحكم، إن الواحد يحكم 1000 سنة لا تعادل ليلة القدر. وفي حديث في هذا الصدد على فكرة، وهذا الحديث صحيح عند الفريقين علشان يعني تكون الأمور واضحة. This hadith is narrated by two schools of thought, not just one school of thought. In fact, the school of thought that narrates that hadith originally was narrated to us into our Islamic heritage from a Sunni source, as opposed to a Shia source. And here I'm not being sectarian, I'm being academic, all right? Don't take me that I'm trying to create a division. That's not my style. I've never followed that style of trying to create, God forbid, a rift between Muslims. We are one community and we should remain one community. Against all the odds, we should unite ourselves because we are all targeted. All right? And when I say we are all targeted, I'm not talking about ISIS. Okay? I'm not talking about Nusra. I'm not talking about Daesh, I'm not talking, because in all honesty, even Sunnis got nothing to do with these people. All right, let's call a spade and be honest in our approach and analysis of certain things that are happening on the ground. So he says it's better than 1,000 or superior than 1,000 months, 1,000 months of struggling, 1,000 months of authority or reign, and 1,000 months in worship. And he said, and the worship in it is superior than 1,000 months of worship outside the night of Qadr. So if you worship Allah in that night, and you are able to score what Allah wants from you in that night, then it will be equal to that 1 month of worship. The following hadith explains further. Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was asked, how can Laylatul Qadr be better than 1,000 months? He replied, a deed, yani one hasan, one deed, one action performed in it is better than deeds performed in 1,000 months that does not have Laylatul Qadr in it. Simple as that. One deed. يعني is it worth it now spending 4 or 5 hours بكرة يوم الأحد إن شاء الله غدا شوف هالوجوه الطيبة كلها جاية okay and on Tuesday night right which is the 23rd night. Now someone may also ask why specifically the 23rd, why do we always emphasize on the 20th. لأنه في قصة صارت. There is a story that happened with the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه جاءه أعرابي. صلوا على محمد وآله. جاء النبي أعرابي من خارج المدينة. A Bedouin came to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم from outside the borders of Medina. He said, Ya Rasulullah, I'm an old man. I don't have the means to always come to you to ask you questions. And the day that man came, it happened to be the 23rd of what? Ramadan, yani the night of the 23rd. So the Prophet ﷺ said, what do you want? Ask. He said, tell me, when should I seek Laylatul Qadr? When should I look for Laylatul Qadr? He said, التمسها في مثل هذا اليوم. Seek Laylatul Qadr in a night similar to this. So it was inferred that it could be most likely on the 23rd. Not necessarily the 23rd, but most likely on the 23rd, and that's why the emphasis is on the 23rd. Imam al-Baqir, salawatullahi wasalam alayhi, further explains by saying, a good deed in it of saying prayers, giving zakat, and other type of good action is better than the deed performed in 1,000 months which does not contain the night of power in them. For Allah had not multiplied the deeds for believers, if Allah had not multiplied the deeds of believers, they would be unable to reach salvation. ما يقدرون يصلون إلى مرحلة الخلاص، يعني ينقذون أنفسهم مما قد يواجههم لقلة أعمالهم. فمن كرم الله علشان يعوضهم هذا الإهمال جعلهم ليلة القدر, so that they can come and worship and reach that stage of salvation. They would be unable to reach salvation, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala multiplies for them the good deeds in that particular night. Now, another hadith that explains the question of the 1,000 nights in terms of power. أحد المفسرين, he says, اسمه أحمد علي, مير أحمد علي, يعني هو مو عربي, من الجالية الهندية أو الباكستانية, يقول the second Imam Al-Hasan ibn Ali صلوات الله وسلامه, يعني Imam Abu Muhammad Al-Hasan صلوات الله وسلامه عليه, said that he heard from his grandfather, يعني من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, that he once dreamt of monkeys getting on his mimbar. The Prophet saw a dream where he saw monkeys on the mimbar of Rasulullah. The Prophet woke up alarmed. It's not a good dream. You know, to see monkeys on the mimbar, it's not a good dream. So the Prophet was startled. He was alarmed. فنزل جبرائيل to inform him that the significance of the dream means that those whom you see getting on the pulpit will be the descendants from Bani Umayyah. So they will rule after you, Ya Rasulullah, though their rule is not going to be a good rule, but they will rule. Now, make a simple calculation. Who knows how many months Bani Umayyah ruled over the Muslim world? 1,000 nights exactly. 1,000 nights. فأنزل جبرائيل ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر. The night of power is better than 1,000 rule of these people, because it's not a rule that is based on what? On justice. It is not a rule. So 1,000 months, 83 years and 4 months could be totally wasted in the life of a human being if it is not based on what? On justice. On certain criteria in his lifestyle and the way he should follow that lifestyle. Allama al-Tabtabai, the one who translated Al-Mizan, also in his tafsir relates a similar hadith like the one I said earlier. Ibn Kathir, a very renowned scholar from the school of thought of our Sunni brothers and sisters, He says, once the Holy Prophet mentioned 4 people amongst Bani Israel. يعني الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم ذكر قصة حكاية 4 أشخاص كانوا يعبدون الله من بني إسرائيل. And they had worshipped Allah for 8 years. يعني انقطاع تام، صلاة، عبادة، طاعة، 80 سنة بدون انقطاع. يعني ما يروح شغل. ناس تيجي توكلهم، تطعميهم كذا. هذا نايم قاعد يصلي، يصوم كذا، يعبد الله سبحانه وتعالى. Worshipped Allah for 80 years without disobeying Him for a moment. He said, these were Ayyub, Zakaria, Haskil, Ibn Ajuz, and Yusha ibn Nun. هم دول الأربعة. The companions of the Prophet were amazed at the devotion of these 4 people. So Jibreel came down and said, "O Muhammad, your nation is amazed at the 80 years of worship without any disobedience of these people. Allah revealed something better than this." And then he recited, "Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr." So if you are able to prepare yourself for that particular night, then it is, but there is always what we call an exception to every rule. And I'd like to take you away a little bit from Laylatul Qadr to that exception. هو صحيح that God provides opportunities. It's true that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides opportunities. When Allah provides opportunities, these opportunities need to be observed in wholesomeness, not in abstract. What does that mean? It means I need to be consistent in the way I do things, so that Allah gives me the tawfiq, gives me the ability, gives me the success in order to score that particular night of Qadr. It's not a random act. Yani, for example, what? For the entire year of my life, I do not observe the laws of Allah, but when it comes to the night of power or Laylatul Qadr, I will come and I'll worship Allah for that night and say, inshallah, Allah will give me that night, and then I don't have to do anything after that. The acts of worship of a true believer is unconditional. What does that mean, unconditional? Yani, I do not put prerequisites on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like Imam Ali, salawatullahi wa salam alayhi, what did he say? He said, there are people that worship Allah in a certain way that I don't say it's wrong or bad, but for me, it doesn't suit me. So there are those who worship Allah out of fear of going to hellfire, and that is the worship of the slaves. You know, when a slave is afraid, he wouldn't break the rules, right? So if you are afraid of going to hellfire, you would not break the rules of Allah. Fair enough? And there are those who pray to Allah and obey Him because they want to go to Jannah. And that is the worship of the merchants, businessmen. Why? Because a businessman would not make a deal with you unless he knows what the Prophet is. Right? So I'll worship you, Ya Allah. You give me Jannah. Right? Otherwise, Salam alaikum, I'm not worshipping you, huh? Alright? So there is some sort of benefit. Imam Ali says, no, I'm neither this or that. I worshipped Allah because I found Him worthy of being worshipped, so I worshipped Him. Simple as that. Allah is worthy of being worshipped. He has the right to be worshipped, whether there is Jannah or whether there is no. Whether there is no Jannah and whether there is no. The question is that Allah Himself is worthy of being turned to in worship. We as human beings, as we develop, sometimes we feel ourselves moving away from certain principles. Like the world today has become what we call a global village. أصبح قرية عالمية، قرية بس هو قرية بس عالمية. تداخلت فيه العادات والثقافات والتقاليد and all this. Now we have a mixture of cultures and civilizations and thoughts and intellects and ideas and so on and so forth. At the tip of a button, you are able to what? To reach someone in the furthest part of the world. Of course, in doing so, there is great benefits, but by the same token, there is also great harm. The only thing that can regulate the harm as opposed to the good in all of these so-called social media and the globalization process that is taking place in the world today is our consciousness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we don't have that kind of consciousness, then I can start a random relationship even if I'm married, right or wrong? Because it's available. No? And I'll be very real with you. I'll give you examples, real examples, not just hypothetical examples. I get a call one day from a judge in Jordan. This is a true story. Okay? The judge says to me, he calls from Jordan and he says, "Are you Sheikh Jehad Ismail?" I said, "Yes." "Who's this?" He said, "I am Justice so-and-so from the whatever court in Jordan, Amman." I said, "Yeah, how can I help you? How do I know you are that?" He said, "Well, Google my name so that you can be satisfied that I'm actually a judge of that court or whatever." So anyway, after the preliminaries, we established that he is the judge in a particular court, محكمة الأحوال الشخصية. "Yes, how can I help you, سماحة القاضي?" He said, "I have a case in front of me now. A lady is coming to marry a man in Jordan. She claims that you carried out her divorce." ماشي؟ إنه أنا مطلقها. أوكي، أعطيني الاسم. أعطاني الاسم. طلعت بالملفات، عندي ملفات كذا، طلعت الورقة. بس طلعت الورقة إنه her divorce is pending. يعني ما صاير الطلاق، أنا في حالة انتظار موافقة الزوج، يعني في negotiation taking place, right? I didn't tell her that you are divorced. There is nothing. He said, "Well, she's claiming that she's divorced." I said, "She's not divorced at all." So he said, "Thank you. Case is established. I'll get back to you." راحت الأيام، رجعت الأيام، اتصل هذا قال، "تعرف هاي القضية مالت المرأة وكذا." "شنو قضية هاي المرأة؟" قال، "هاي المرأة تعرفت على رجل بالأردن عن طريق الفيسبوك، وقعت في شباك حبه، وما أدراك ما حبه، خربت البيوت، تعفست الدنيا، تركت أستراليا، 4 أولاد عندها، 4 أولاد، 4 kids، وطلعت بطيارة إلى الأردن علشان صاحب الحظ والسعادة، علشان هذا the knight in the shining armor as they call him. هذا الفارس المجواد اللي راكب على حصان أبيض والذنب أخضر. حبيبي هذا مو حصان، هذا فجلة. هذا مو حصان، فجلة. شو تسمون الفجلة؟ حصان أبيض. صلوا على محمد وآل في عندنا we have in our Islamic system certain values that are becoming very loose in our society. And رجاء من كل الأخوة والأخوات, when I discuss a matter of that magnitude, it's not an attack on anyone. It is a genuine, earnest appeal to all of us to reconsider our value system. Because at the end of the day, we belong to a faith, right? We are part and parcel of that faith. Whatever that faith we belong to, that faith advocates certain principles, advocates certain values, and these values need to remain intact. One of these values that have been unfortunately very much watered down in our communities and societies is the concept of haya, which is directly related to faith. Haya and faith are interrelated. If one goes, according to the Prophet ﷺ, the other what? Follows. يعني إذا راح الإيمان راح الحياة، إذا راح الحياة راح الإيمان. يعني this is by default as they say in our description of what constitutes حياة. But what is actually حياة? الحياة كما يعرفه العلماء هو خلق أو خلق يبعث على اجتناب القبيح حتى وإن لم يرك أحد. هذا تعريف الحياة. إنه عاطفة ترتفع به النفس عن عمل الدنايا، فعندما تجد نفسك غير قادر على فعل القبيح فاعلم أنك أصبحت ممن عندهم حياة. طيب، في فرق بين الحياء والخجل؟ لأن احنا ترى عندنا مفهوم مغلوط. احنا مثلا نقول للولد إذا سوى شيء أمام الضيوف اخجل، هذا عيب. مو هو حقيقة شو قاعدين نقول احنا للولد؟ هو لأنه في إنسان فهو عيب، بس إذا لم يكن هناك إنسان فهو شنو؟ هذا غلط. هو القضية مو قضية عيب، هي قضية حس إنساني. سواء هذا الرجل كان موجود أو ما موجود لا أقوم بهذا الفعل، سواء هذه المرأة موجودة أو غير موجودة لا أقوم بهذا الفعل، لأنه منبعه النفس مو الشخص اللي موجود أمامي. وعادة I will get to you brother Musa. Please forgive me. I will translate what I'm saying. All right? يظن الكثيرون أن الخجل هو الحياء، أو أن الخجل جزء من الحياء، وهو بالحقيقة كما ذكرنا مو صحيح هذا الموضوع. ليش؟ لأنه الخجل عكس الحياء، فسبب الخجل شعور بالنقص داخل الإنسان، فهو يشعر أنه أضعف من الآخرين، وأنه لا يستطيع مواجهتهم حتى وإن لم يفعل شيئا خطأ. وهذا مختلف تماما عن مفهوم الحياء، لأنه شعور نابع من الإحساس برفعة وعظمة النفس، فكلما رأيت نفسا رفيعة وعالية كلما استحيت هذه النفس أن تضع نفسها في الدنايا. فالحي يستحيي أن يزني أو يكذب، لأنه لا يقبل أن تكون نفسه داخل إطار هذه الدنايا. ولكن هنا الفرق، ولكن الخجول إذا أتيحت له الفرصة أن يفعل دون أن يراه أحد لفعل. إذن القضية مو قضية حياء. الخجل يختلف عن الحياء. الخجل يقول والله لأنه أنا أمام فلان أو أمام. طيب إذا انتفى الحياء، شوف النبي شو يقول. شو يقول النبي؟ إن مما أدركه الناس من كلام النبوة الأولى، يعني من الميراث اللي ورثوه الناس من كلام الأنبياء السابقين، إذا كنت لا تستحي فاصنع ما شئت. حديث عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. خب رمضان يجي من أجل أن يروض هذه الحالة، وحالات أخرى، حالات الحجاب، حالات الخلق الحسن، حالات الحياء، حالات كذا كذا كذا. We're speaking about the difference between modesty and feeling shy. Is there a difference between the two? Basically, modesty is an internal feeling that you would not do anything wrong because you feel that your nafs, yourself, is much higher to be indulging in something as low as this act. However, shyness is that you feel you are in a position that is weak, and if the opportunity avails itself without anyone seeing you to do an act that is not right, you would do it. So there is a difference between modesty and between shyness, right? There's a huge difference between the two. People, you know, for example, they say, we often يعني معلش اعذروني من هذه الكلمة لو أنا قلتها وهي فيها يعني مثلا انتقاد لنفسي علشان لا أحد يزعل. احنا المشايخ كلنا نازلين بالحجاب، حجاب 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 حجاب، ودائما نركز على حجاب شنو؟ هو طبعا من الإسلام، يعني أنا I'm not saying it's not، بس الاحتشام والحجاب لا يقتصر فقط على اللبس، فهناك ضحكة محتشمة، وهناك مشية محتشمة، وهناك سلوك محتشم، وهناك أخلاق محتشمة، وكل هذه يحكمها حالة الحجاب، مو حجاب لأنه هذه الحالات تنطبق مو بس على المرأة، تنطبق كذلك على منو؟ على الرجل. يعني الرجل يجب أن يكون عنده ضحكة محتشمة ومشية محتشمة، إلى درجة أن نشوف السيدة الزهراء سلام الله عليها، عائشة تقول عنها أم المؤمنين، شنو تقول عن السيدة الزهراء؟ تقول إذا مشت الزهراء فكانت مشيتها تحاكي مشية رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. شو يعني تحاكي؟ يعني مماثلة تماما لمشية النبي. وخب النبي شلون يمشي؟ مو يمشي بوقار، مو يمشي بسكينة، مو يملي مكانه، مو هو إذا الإنسان نظر إليه تحت ريح حالة من الرهبة وحالة من الرعشة بسبب ما يحتويه هذا الجسد الطاهر من يعني نورانيات وإلهاميات من الله سبحانه وتعالى التي قذفها في قلب هذا النبي أو هذا الرسول صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. When we find ourselves in a position, for example, where we are able to incorporate all these concepts within our way of living, you would find that ourselves become an absolute manifestation of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from a human being in as far as his character is concerned. In as far as his character is concerned. But unfortunately, we find ourselves these days that we are declining more and more away from realities into materialism, i.e., we have become more in tune and more drawn towards materialism than towards what is of significance and what is of value. Jazakallah khair. Example, we have come to live in a world of maddiyat. أصبحنا في عالم الماديات إلى درجة أن أصبحت قيمة المادة أكبر عند الناس من قيمة العقل. للأسف بدأنا نشعر إلى درجة أن الانعزال عن المجتمع صار أفضل من شنو؟ من مخالطة المجتمع. عند بعض الناس، طبعا هذا مو عندي. ليش؟ لأن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول ماذا؟ يقول المؤمن الذي لا يخالط الناس، ولا المؤمن عفوا الذي يخالط الناس ويصبر على أذاهم أفضل وأحب عند الله من المؤمن الذي لا يخالط الناس ولا يصبر على أذاهم. لأنه عندك جهاد نفس. Because now you are struggling to perfect yourself. When you perfect yourself in an environment without challenges, that means the first challenge that comes your way will what? Will make you go outside the realm of what you practice. Yani, for example, someone lives in so-called an Islamic surrounding. Okay? مثلا يعيش صلاة صيام لازم المحل يقفل لما وقت الصلاة مثلا. مو اكو مجتمعات هيك شيء مثلا يقفل المحلات لما يصير وقت الصلاة. هذا اللي يعيش في هذه الحالة أو في هذه البيئة, the one that lives in such an environment, the minute he has the opportunity to come out of that environment, what is the first thing he rebels against? This kind of lifestyle, right? Because he feels that he's being suppressed in doing it. He's being compelled to do it. والله سبحانه وتعالى يحب أو يحب أن يعبد by choice, not by force. لازم احنا لما نبني علاقة مع الله سبحانه وتعالى، لما أنا أريد أبني علاقة مع الله, when I want to establish a relationship with my Creator Allah سبحانه وتعالى, I must establish my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the basis that I want to establish that relationship because I see value in it. It's not because it's being imposed on me. It's not because it's being imposed on me. But unfortunately sometimes you live in a community or in a society or in a place where no matter what you do, materialism is always higher than intellect. To such an extent that sometimes انت تجلس مع اشخاص للاسف الشديد جدا ينظرون الى ماركة حذائك اكثر مما ينظرون الى عقلك. صح ولا لا؟ تقعد هو يقيمك اذا انت لابس مثلا لوي فيتون، يقيمك اذا انت لابس فيرساتشي، يقيمك اذا انت لابس مثلا كريستيان ديور. ان شاء الله نطلع لنا ماركه جديده اسمها مسلم ديور حتى نفتك من هالماركات كلها ان شاء الله ونكون على قدر من الفاشن والاناقه. على فكره ترى الاسلام مو ضد الاناقه. على فكرة الإسلام مع الأناقة، الإسلام مع التقدم، الإسلام مع اللبس الحسن. In fact الله سبحانه وتعالى يقول خذوا زينتكم عند كل مسجد. مو تجي بالبيجامة. انتوا شوفوا مساجدنا للأسف الشديد، للأسف الشديد، شوف مساجد المسلمين في العالم تجد فيها رونق الروحانية، ولا تدخل الله يسلمكم الله يسلمكم الله يسلمكم. One place you would not go to in a Muslim mosque is the bathroom. صح؟ انسى على الدنيا العفا. بينما احنا عندنا في الإسلام 17 غسل مستحب. 17 غسل مستحب. أغسال المستحبة يعني شنو؟ يعني النظافة. مو؟ أين النظافة العملية مع النظافة المعنوية والروحية؟ أخويا مو بس أنت تبني هذا القلب زين، تبني هذا القلب، تصفيه من الشوائب. You should free your heart from all the ailments, all the sickness, all the diseases of gossip or hasad or envy or pride or arrogance. That is good. It is actually what we call jihad al-nafs, is to free yourself from envy or gossip or hatred or animosity or all these ailments. But also in the process, right, we must be able to have the reflection of our cleanliness and purity in our hearts to also be reflected on our outside living standards. Right? So لما أنا أطلع بالمجتمع أطلع بأفضل مظهر. إمام الصادق صلوات الله وسلامه عليه كان يطلع يدرس في مسجد المدينة، وبعدين في مسجد الكوفة صلوات الله وسلامه يطلع بأفضل مظهر، إلى أن اعترضوا عليه قسم من الصوفية. الصوفية منهم؟ ذول المتزهدين. Okay? اعترضوا على الإمام. Those Sufis, they objected to Imam al-Sadiq. They said, how could you dress in such amazing dress code that we can't even afford what you're wearing? It's probably, the Imam then was wearing some sort of a brand name. I don't know if they had brand names there, right? But maybe he was wearing something of value, maybe from Yemen, maybe from Sham, I don't know, something that he had put on, right? So they objected. They said, this is not the law. And look, when you're going to object, people are smart in the way they object. It is as if the Imam doesn't know his responsibilities. So what did they tell him? They said, how can you compare yourself to your grandfather Ali ibn Abi Talib? Valid argument, right? Your Ali ibn Abi Talib had a dress which had 14 patches in it. You know, he himself says, رقعت مدرعتي حتى استحييت من راقعها. I patched my clothes until I became shy from the one who was patching it for me. Every time I take a patch, I put another patch, put another patch. استحييت من كثر الرقع اللي بيها. بس الإمام يجاوب يقول ذلك زمان. That was a time when my father was living at a time when the standard of living was what? Down, low. So the leader of that society had to equate himself with the lowest member of his community. Right? هو أمير، هو خليفة، هو رئيس دولة. Right? رئيس الدولة يجب أن يكون على نفس المستوى منه؟ من الرعية. مو تكون متعالي على الرعية. شوية أنت قبل كنت مسجون ما أدري وين ببلد فلاني، طلعت من السجن صرت رئيس حزب، ما حد يقدر يتكلم معك بعد. انت نسيت الماضي مالك، بالطق كنت بالسجون. انزين كنت تدافع عن قضية، خوب دافعت عن قضية، الله سبحانه وتعالى فسح لك المجال، انطاك منصب، استعمل هذا المنصب في خدمة الناس. استعمل هذا المنصب انك تكون على ان تكون انسان بانسانيتك لتوصل الحق لاهله، مو تقعد تبوق من هؤلاء الناس الخطايا المساكين اللي قاعدين يقدون او يجدون في الشوارع. لا، يجب ان تكون على قدر من المسؤوليه. قال ذلك زمان. My grandfather Amir al-Mu'mineen had to do these certain things in order to equate himself. But now the Islamic world has progressed, right? And now I meet with different kind of people: Christians, Jews, atheists, agnostics, different class system. I have to fit in the community I live in. ما سمعوا الحكي، أصروا عليه، لا هذا غلط هذا غلط. تعرف الجاهل لما يصر على مسألة كما قال الإمام علي: ما جادلت جاهلا إلا وغلبني. مو غلبني، غلبني، طلع روحي. الجاهل يطلع لك روحك، تجي له من الدريشه الشباك، يعني يجيك من الباب، تجي له من الباب يجي من السقف. لك يا اخي: واذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا عوفني. يا اخي عوفني، انت غلبه. يقول امير المؤمنين: ما جادلت جاهلا الا وغلبني، وما جادلت عالما الا وغلبته. لان اعطيه دليل، اعطيه دليل، اوريه الدليل، يشوف الدليل يقتنع، لانه عالم، يفتهم، يحترم. ذولا ما عرفوا يحترموا. شوف شو سوى الامام: دعاهم الى مكان، يعني مكان بعيد عن اعين الناس، وكشف عن عباءته. العباية هاي البرانية طلعها، وراهم العباءة او الرداء اللي كان لابسه جد امير المؤمنين. 14 رقعة بيه. قال: اما الرداء الخارجي فبيني وبينكم، هذا على عيون الناس، واما هذا فبيني وبين ربي. انا لما اعبد الله اعبده مثل ما هو يبي، بس كمظهر امام الناس يجب ان اكون على خاطب الناس على قدر عقولهم. النبي يقول في حديث مشهور احنا غالبا ما نعمل به. مين يعمل به؟ يعمل به هؤلاء الشركات الكبيرة اللي تدفع اموال ما إلها عدد من اجل ان تثقف موظفيها، ولا سيما مدرائها في مستويات معينة على هذه القيمة الإنسانية. شنو هي القيمة الإنسانية؟ يقولون في التعبير الإسلامي: مداراة الناس. شنو مداراة الناس؟ مداراة الناس بالنسبة للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول: مداراة الناس نصف الدين. مداراة الناس in English is translated as what? Customer service. Indeed. Or there is another better name for it that companies use: public relations. Public relations. شلون تتعامل مع الغير. How do you deal in a society in a particular way where you don't allow that society to point fingers at you. مداراة الناس نصف الدين. To be able to be sociable, to fit in a particular community, to absorb that community, right? To absorb that community. Leadership in Islam needs to be able to absorb the community, even if the community is not doing the right thing, right? You don't shun yourself away from the community وتكفر الجميع. والله هذا مثلا فلان ما يصلي كافر. هاي ما تلبس حجاب إلى جهنم وبئس المصير. أنت منو؟ مين حطك في هذا الموقع؟ ما مخلصين من ايسيس؟ تسوي لنا ايسيس صغير؟ Okay? We have already major ISIS. We want minor ISIS? We don't want minor ISIS in our communities. They don't affiliate with this, or we don't. However, we need to act in a way that we can absorb people into our communities and societies. Look at Imam al-Hassan. I mentioned this hadith. He said, والله ومروية كذلك عن الإمام الحسين: والله لو أن إنسانا أهانني في هذه الأذن واعتذري بهذه الأذن لقبلت عذره. خب هاي مداراة الناس. ما تعزل نفسك عن الناس لأنه واحد منهم أخطأ. المخطئ تساعده على شنو؟ تساعده على أنك تطلعه من خطأه ولا أنك تبقيه في خطأه. الطلعة. أبو الدرداء ذكرت لكم يمكن هاي الحكاية مرة. أبو الدرداء مر على قوم. أبو الدرداء was a companion of the Prophet. He went past a group of people. He saw these people are belting a man. belting يعني ذي باسطينه. إنزين؟ نازلين في بسط. فنظر إلى القوم وقال: إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. وكمل طريقه: يا أبا الدرداء، يا صحابي رسول الله، يا كذا يا كذا، تعال شاركنا بالبسطة. أنتم مجانين؟ أشارككم بالبسطة؟ أبسط هذا الرجل. ليش؟ شو مسوي؟ What has he done? He said this man committed a sin. ضحك أبو الدرداء. ضحك. He said let me tell you something. He said why are you laughing يا صاحب رسول الله? He said if this same person وقع بحفرة شو تسوونه؟ تبسطونه؟ قال لا نطلع. قال وإن أخيكم وقع في حفرة الذنب أتقلعونه عن ذنبه أم تعينونه على ذنبه؟ قالوا لا نطلع من ذنب. قال خب طلعوه من ذنبه، ما تبصوه، فهموه، كلموه، قعدوا وياه حاجوه، مو تقول له انت والله مو بس انت في وسط جهنم، لا ان شاء الله انت في الدرك الاسفل من يا لطيف. هذا وين يعبد الله بعد؟ ها؟ اذا انت تعرض الاسلام او تفري الاسلام على ان الاسلام مساله صعبه جدا، كل شيء بها قهر، كل شيء بها عذاب، كل شيء بها عقاب، كل شيء بها انتقام، بعد وين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم؟ وين 114 بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واحنا قلنا الرحمه اقوى واعلى واسمى من الحب، صح؟ لأن الحب قد يحدث معك حالة واحدة مع من تحب تقطع علاقتك فيه، صح؟ بس الرحمة تشمل مفاهيم أوسع وأكبر من الحب، فالرحمة فيها السكينة وفيها الوقار وفيها العفو وفيها الكرم وفيها السخاء وفيها غض البصر عن الزلات، صح؟ فأنت لما تكون رحيم تكون انت حبك اكبر واسمى واعلى من فقط الحب، لانه الحب هذا اللي يورونا اياه بهوليوود وبتايتانيك وتايم زون وما ادري هذا مو حب، هذا lust. This is not love, this is lust. And there's a huge difference between pure love and mercy and lust. So رمضان والله يا اخوه وليله القدر بالذات واخواتي العزيزات يعني الفاضلات، Ramadan comes to assume that opportunity, and the most important opportunity we can get from that month is, as we said, Laylatul Qadr, although I had sidetracked a little bit just in order to incorporate the whole concept of what we call the night of Ramadan. Abdullah Yusuf Ali على فكرة for those who don't know هو من المتقدمين من ترجموا معاني القرآن الكريم، يعني هو مفسر أو مترجم للقرآن اسمه عبد الله يوسف علي، ترجم القرآن. مين يعرف شنو خلفية هذا الرجل عبد الله يوسف علي؟ he became an authority على ترجمة القرآن. عبد الله يوسف علي is من الطائفة الأحمدية على فكرة، اللي ما يعرف، ولكن نعتمد احنا ترجمته في معظم المحافل الإسلامية. خب هذا عقيدته، مثلا كانت خطأ أو ما خطأ، إذا هو عنده أو قدم عمل صحيح للدين مثلا نقبله، والكثير منا ما يعرفون أصلا أنه هو من هذا. يقول 1000 month، هو هذا رأيه، يقول 1000 شهر كناية عن شو؟ timeless time، يعني وقت بلا حدود، وكأن الله سبحانه يعني هذا وسع التفسير إلى مجال كبير 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 جدا جدا. إن لما الله سبحانه وتعالى يقول ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر، the night of power is more than 1000 night، it means it's timeless، يعني عطاء الله بلا حدود، عطاء الله بلا حدود. One moment of enlightenment under Allah's light is better than thousands of months or years of life of no value. صح ولا لا؟ واحد يعيش مثلا 1000 سنة، الله ينطيه 1000 سنة حياة، وهاي الحياة ما مقدم خدمة لإنسان، وواحد يعيش لحظة فقط في حياته، وهاي اللحظة يقدمها كلها في خدمة الإنسانية. في مقارنة بين الثنتين؟ ماكو مقارنة، هاي اللحظة أفضل من 1000 سنة. السيدة الزهراء كم ربيعا عاشت؟ 18 ربيع، يعني 18 سنة على أكثر الاحتمالات، صح؟ خب هاي 18 سنة اللي عاشتها السيدة الزهراء إذا ما قورنت بالعطاء وما قورنت مثلا بالإيحائيات والتجليات الإلهية على الزهراء، لا تقارن بحياة آلاف البشر بل ملايين البشر، صح ولا لا؟ أكو ناس مرات you see people for example living in society, sorry this is not, I'm talking about myself, okay? They celebrate their birthdays. My wife called me yesterday, said your birthday is coming. I said yes, so how are we going to celebrate it? Damn it, you have everything. I said alhamdulillah I have everything, so what are we celebrating, right? She said I don't know what to buy you. I said stop being concerned about buying me, for God's sake. Go and deliver the baby and tell us the good news now, right? Sallallahu ala Muhammad wa So anyway, so you see a person, the point I'm trying to say, you see a person for example 70, 80 years wanting to celebrate his birthday. out of 70 years of his life, 50 years of that life he spent on social services. يعني يقبض من شنو؟ من الدولة. بالله انت شكون قاعد تحتفل بشنو؟ بطيحان حظك. بشنو قاعد تحتفل؟ شنو قدمت للمجتمع انت؟ حتى تحتفل بعيد ميلادك، عيد ميلادك يمكن كان وباء على الدنيا. مو حقيقة يعني فرحة ولا شيء جيد ولا يمكن الناس تعانت من عندك أكثر ما استفادت من عندك، صح؟ العلامة المجلسي، أو العلامة الصدوق، واحد منهم كان يحتفل بعيد ميلادي حقيقة، فقالوا له أنت شلون تحتفل بعيد ميلادك وأنت على قدر من هذا العلم ومن هذا المعرفة؟ قال أحتفل بعيد ميلادي لأنني أتذكر اليوم الأول الذي أصبحت فيه مكلفا، فكان لي شرف عبادة الله فاحتفلت بعيد ميلادي. لأني أصبحت مكلف، إلي الشرف كون عبد لله. ها فرق بين هذا اللي يحتفل بعيد ميلاده مثلا وهذا اللي يقول لك أنا إلي شرف إني عرفت اليوم اللي بدأ فيه تكليفي الشرعي تجاه الله، فأشعر بنوع من الفرح، من السعادة إني الآن متواصل مع منه؟ مع الله. لأنه قبل سن مثلا 14 و7 أشهر ما كان علي صلاة، ما كان ما في تواصل، البطارية مو مشحونة، فاضية، ما في تكليف، ما علي صيام، ما علي زكاة، الآن أصبحت مكلف. أصبحت شنو؟ يعني لما تصبح مكلف أنت تصبح شنو؟ You become an entity، يصير لك وزن، قيمة في هذا، يصير عندك قيمة أمام الله والمجتمع، أنك فرد مؤسس تقدم لهذا المجتمع. احنا بالأول كنا شنو؟ كنا نسعى نحو شو يسمونه؟ فك الأسير وفك شو يسمونه العبيد. بعدين تطورت الإنسانية، أصبحنا نطالب بالحرية. مو الآن نحن تعرفون شنو مشكلتنا الأساسية؟ أصبحنا نطالب بالإنسانية، لأن أصبحت الإنسانية مفقودة للأسف. هاي الإنسانية هو اللي ركز عليها الدين. Humanity is what is missing in our life. Before we used to fight for, liberating slavery. Then we were fighting for what? Democracy and freedom. Now we are finding ourselves fighting for humanity. We don't have humanity anymore in our midst. Humanity has gone in a completely different tangent, in a completely different way than what it was intended for it to be in the light of religion and the teachings of Prophet and the teachings of Islam. Laylatul Qadr again comes to assume that position, because from Laylatul Qadr, what are you deriving? What you are deriving is a sense of spirituality. That sense of spirituality is to what? To energize you for the rest of the year to become that absolute human being that Allah wants, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah brings Laylatul Qadr again in another year. You again gain that energizing power in order to continue. And as you continue in life, from the moment you are able to become an entity and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and relate to Allah, to the time you die, you are continuously a human being. You don't part away from your humanity. You remain within the folds of being a human being as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intended for you to be in this life. I'll mention a few other things and I'll leave because it's past my time. Sayyid Abu al-A'la al-Mawdudi, one of the most renowned scholars in the Indian subcontinent, Sunni, alim, amazing scholar. In some of his writings, he has amazing writings. His name is Sayyid Abu al-A'la al-Mawdudi. He wrote a tafsir of Quran. He called it Tafhim al-Quran. He says, and 1,000 months also does not imply 83 years and 4 months exactly, but a very long period of time, as 1,000, as I said, denoted among the Arabs. Like the Arabs considered 1,000 a very great number, and that's why it was used. Therefore, the verse means that in this one night, a task was accomplished for the welfare of mankind, the like of which had not been accomplished even during an infidelity long period of history. هو شو يقول؟ هو يقول بهاي الليلة تقدم خدمة للإنسانية بموجب هذه الليلة تعادل حياة الجاهلية بأسرها. كل الحياة الجاهلية اللي كانت موجودة قبل الإسلام أو أتت قبل النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. ليلة القدر indeed is a blessed night because the Almighty brings down during that night goodness, bless and forgiveness for His servant. It is a feast which has come with a message that shows us the way to achieve happiness both in this world and in the hereafter. So it is an opportunity, a window of opportunity. Don't deny ourselves, or let us not deny ourselves of the opportunity. Those who were with us yesterday can testify to the beauty, to the upliftment spirit that we all lived in Laylatul Qadr yesterday when we celebrated and we commemorated Laylatul Qadr. And inshallah we would like to see you all on the 21st and the 23rd of Laylatul Qadr, so that we can all benefit as a communal effort in order to raise and uplift our spirituality as a community. Having said that, and coming to the conclusion of my speech, this is always my practice. Normally at the end of the program of the month of Ramadan, or when I'm ever invited into a community, I basically close my speech with the following statement. But tonight I feel maybe I got angry a little bit, or my voice went up a little bit because I was excited. I always say this: if I say anything or if I raise my voice, it is not directed at you. Forgive that humble servant in any way, shape or form if I hurt anyone's feeling, if I want any way outside the decorum of a lecture, because my intention is that we should all grow spiritually towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is not in any way, and Allah is my witness, an attack on anyone, because what I say is directed at me before it is directed at anyone. With this I conclude. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. 5 times from the pure hearts and mouth of the people sitting here. Let's turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ask Him to heal our sick ones, our patients, those who are suffering, those who have a need, those who have someone to pray for them, and those who don't have anyone to pray for them. This is the time where we can see our humanity and extend our humanity to others. Inshallah, ما يسمى بآية شفاء المريض 5 مرات من قلوبكم وأفواهكم الطاهرة بأعلى أصواتكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. 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 آخره أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. بحق محمد وآل محمد وبحرمة الفاتحة مع الصلوات.